Hi, and welcome back to Community Hotline, and thanks for staying with us. Right now I have with us Marlene Byrne, and Marlene is the Voter Service Chair for the League of Women Voters of East Multnomah County. Did I get all that right, Marlene?
You got it right.
Okay, good. Thanks for being on tonight. So, League of Women Voters of East Multnomah County, you are in your 51st year?
Right.
Is that correct? That's a long time. So before we talk about the program that you want to promote a little bit tonight, or the new website that is going on, tell me a little bit, if you would, about the League of Women Voters, if just like a little brief history, if you could.
Well, I will get as brief as I can.
Okay.
The League of Women Voters of the United States, it was formed in 1920 after the amendment was passed to give women the right to vote.
Which,
then,
then
in 1912.
She knows what I'm going to say, that's scary.
In 1912, the state of Oregon had already passed a law which gave women the right to vote. And this year we celebrated our 100th birthday in March.
Yay, that's pretty exciting. That's, that's a big deal.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
It's really great.
So the league has been around for a long time.
This league has been around 51 years.
Wow. So tell people what it is that you do. Just capsulize it.
The League of Women Voters of East Multnomah County, we're very much into having people learn how to vote, register to vote, learn about our issues and candidates. The league doesn't endorse candidates. We're very nonpartisan. We study issues. We take a stand on issues. Like this year, we're doing privatization. We've heard from the post office. We heard from the county, city of Gresham, and last we did the coastal study. The state did, and us, regarding the coastal waters, and we've studied that for 2 years before we took a stance on that. Education, we interviewed all of the educators and superintendents from the East County area, Mount Hood Community College, the county, which has control over many of the alternative schools in East County.
So you do very in-depth studies before you take a stand on an issue.
Yes, it usually takes a year to 2 years to do a study. We've done everything. We've covered the gamut.
See, that's what I like about the league is that if you come out with a stand on something, I know that you've done your research. It isn't that you just read an article in a paper and decided this is what's what, or that your next door neighbor told you something, you decided this is what's what. You've done very in-depth studies, so I trust what you've come up with. And then as far as candidates go, I like the fact that you are nonpartisan, but you come up with that great voter's guide every year that makes it so easy, and I think we've got maybe a picture of it we should show. There's a voter's guide that you put out that makes it so much easier for people to know how to vote, because it keeps things simple. It's just a lot easier than the one that's put out. I don't know if it's by the state or who puts it out.
The state, yeah.
And then it's available in Spanish, and then it's available in large print.
Right.
And you were telling me earlier it's also available in Braille if somebody wants to call and order that.
Right, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
And so they're in your libraries. We've got the Spanish and English versions in our lobby here at MetroEast. You make it really easy to be able to find out about the candidates and to learn about issues, which I think is great. So it's a wonderful thing that the league does. Now you have a new program, or is it a new program or a new website?
It's a new updated website.
Okay, tell us about that, Marlene.
And it's called vote411.org.
And most people know 411 is the number
vote
for information.
Vote for information about voting. And anyway, it has been a lot of work. We've contacted the candidates with the questions that the league has formulated. For Multnomah County, it was Portland League and our league. We formulated questions for the candidates here in Multnomah County. For the state league, different people were helping with the state questions. And then the candidates, through this website on 411, they put in their answers to these questions. Then we had to put them into the website so they could get on the web, so we could go in and people could go in then but say vote411.org, and they can print out a ballot.
So what all is available then? You said they can print out a ballot, so they can. It's just like a sample ballot you're talking
They'll
about.
print out a sample ballot.
So they can kind of figure out ahead of time how they want to
put in
vote.
their address. Up pops a ballot for them, tells them what district they're in, and these ballots that they'll pull up are only for their own address. They're not.
Right, so you can put in your zip code or your address, and it'll come up with all that information. Right.
Comes up with it. It knows. It knows.
It's smart.
Computers are awfully smart these days.
What other kinds of things can you find on that website? You can find out about Can you find out about issues too?
Well, you can. We have what our issues are, what the stands we have taken on the issues. You can find out who the candidates have been, who has been running, the past history of elections.
Okay.
I should say. And mostly about the current things, though, we would want to find out, I
So
think.
if you have questions about how do I vote by mail, or where do I go to register to vote, or that kind of stuff, is that information available on there also?
You can do all of that online anymore.
Yeah.
All except the actual voting.
What's the difference between the pamphlets that you put out, the voter's guide that you put out, and the 411 online? Is it essentially the same thing?
There
only it's
is
online?
no difference.
Okay.
You can go to voteoregon.org and get the whole voter's guide and read that online if you would like.
Wow.
I don't have the patience to sit in front of a computer and read that long. So
You'll take the paper copy.
I'll take the paper copy. But many people do want to sit in front of the computer and read that, just read for what they are interested in.
Right.
And go from there, fill out their ballot.
Well, it's nice to be able to have that option, because some people do prefer the paper copy, some people do prefer to do it online, and it's nice to have that option. I know that I like the paper copy, I like to read it, but there's sometimes I just want to look something up real quick while I'm at my computer, and so if I can just pop it up there real quick, that's great. Yeah, it's very fast. It's fast to do it that way.
Yeah.
So what else, just while we're talking about the league, what else does the league have going on that people in general can be part of? I mean, if somebody wanted to become involved in the league and come to some of these meetings that you have where you're investigating certain issues or looking into different topics, do you have to be a woman to be part of it?
No, thank goodness you don't.
Okay.
Not anymore. And well, it was men that gave us the right to vote, so why shouldn't we include them?
That's very gracious of you, very gracious. So men can be involved, anybody can come.
Men are welcome, as are women. Anyone is welcome. You have to be 18 or over to be a member.
Okay.
But you can't come and just sit and listen and learn.
Good.
Before that, but you can go on our website. It's lwv-emco.org, and you will find our meeting times, locations, and
Right, and you have a lot of meetings right here at
yes, we do
MetroEast.
have the meetings here at MetroEast. One of them. We have another one at the M&M Cafe.
Right.
And and then we'll have our annual meeting next month, which then we take 3 months off, and then we start all over again.
You're going to need a break before. So you're going to get through the election.
Yes.
And then take some time off before you go on to the big stuff. So why do you think it's so important for people to vote, Marlene? How did you get involved in this, and why is it important?
Well, how did I get in? I got involved when this dates me. I got involved when Measure 5 was on the ballot, and I was having a terrible time understanding all of this. This was a tax referendum, and I was having a terrible time understanding how this was going to affect my wallet, the state's wallet, everyone's wallet. And I thought, who would better know but the League of Women Voters? So I went to some meetings, and lo and behold, I was so interested that I joined. and
So that's
have been a member ever since.
And you've been president of the league, have you not? Or
Yes,
yes.
I've been president twice.
You get involved, you get involved. Now you're the voter
When I get
service
involved,
chair.
I get involved, yes. And now I'm the voter service chair, and that's, to me, that's the heart of the League of Women Voters. That's what we're all about.
So what all does that mean when you're a voter service chair, besides giving information to people, to people like my viewers here?
Yeah.
What do you have to do? What do you do?
Well, it isn't. I alone don't do anything, but it's along with a committee and a lot of volunteer work. We put on a voters forum,
Yes.
which is all the candidates in East Multnomah County for any public office are invited to our forum, and then the public is invited, and we have that in about October,
Right.
usually.
Okay, good. Well, that was a good example of why it would be important to become involved with the league, is your example of not understanding how a particular issue affects them, because I don't think there's any election that ever comes up that there isn't some issue that I have no clue what it means to me personally. And I think most people feel that way. So it's a great reason. Maybe if you don't want to get involved with it, at least take advantage of the work that the league has done.
Well, yes, do, because I mean, we do all this work for the community.
Right. You're a
And we're out there.
nonprofit.
Oh,
right?
we're a nonprofit, yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
yeah, you're doing it for the community. So, gosh darn it, take advantage
Yes,
of it.
take advantage of our work.
Sounds good. Is there anything else that we need to know about Vote 411 or about the upcoming elections that you want to share?
Well, Vote 411 is .org is so new, and we keep trying to make things a little bit easier and better each year. But so if you have any, suggestions, anything,
comments, critiques, anything,
let us know. Let the league know.
You're very open to suggestions.
Yes. Not that we take all of them, but we
you listen anyway.
We listen.
Anyway. You're good at
we
listening.
listen, and we listen and learn.
Okay.
And that's about what we can do. And then then people can go to our website, and they will be able to log into many different facets of our community and how things can, what things can affect them.
Yeah.
And,
well, being
like
an
the
educated
state
voter is very important.
It is very important. I can't emphasize that enough.
Good. Well, thank you, Marlene. Thanks for all the work you do and for what the league does. Appreciate it. And thank you for being my guest tonight.
Thank you.
So if you're interested in finding out more about the elections that are going to be coming up, about how to vote, information on issues, on candidates, Vote411.org. Vote411.org is the place you want to check out. And like Marlene said, if you have any questions, critiques, comments, suggestions, you can do that too and make it even better for those in the future. And thank you for being on here. Don't go away. We'll be right back.